Have you ever wondered which American chainsaws are the rarest and most dangerous? The world of chainsaws is full of powerful, high-performance machines that have revolutionized the way we handle tough tasks. But among the many models out there, some stand out due to their rarity and their immense power, making them more dangerous than the average chainsaw. These machines were created to withstand the most challenging conditions, designed for both professionals and collectors who know what it takes to handle these beasts. Today, we will take a look at some of the most extreme chainsaws ever made in the United States. Starting with the famous McCulloch 10-10, a model known for its sheer power and durability. Released in the late 1960s, this chainsaw quickly became popular among professionals due to its incredible engine capacity. It was capable of handling the toughest jobs, and many considered it the best chainsaw for heavy-duty work. However, its immense power came with a downside: it was incredibly heavy, making it difficult to maneuver for those not experienced with powerful machines. This also meant that it could easily become dangerous in the wrong hands, as controlling the force of this chainsaw required skill and precision. But the McCulloch 10-10 is just the beginning of this list. Another chainsaw worth mentioning is the Echo 7500, known for its large engine and high cutting power. This saw is not for the faint of heart. It was built to handle extreme workloads, and its size and power made it an intimidating tool for anyone working with it. The Echo 7500 was popular in forestry work and other heavy-duty applications, but its weight and force made it difficult to control, earning it a reputation for being one of the most dangerous saws of its time. With these two examples, we can already see a trend: the more powerful a chainsaw, the more dangerous it becomes. Chainsaw models like the Stihl 088 and the Husqvarna 3120 XP continue this pattern. These chainsaws are the ultimate in cutting power and are used for some of the most demanding forestry tasks. But their massive engines and high cutting capacities come with serious risks. When not used properly, they can cause accidents that result in severe injuries or worse. Another rare and incredibly powerful chainsaw is the Poulan 3000, a vintage saw that was known for its durability and sheer cutting ability. Released in the 1970s, this model was a favorite among professional loggers and heavy-duty workers. Its high-performance engine and tough design allowed it to handle the toughest cutting jobs, whether it was for felling trees or cutting large logs. However, much like the other chainsaws we've discussed, the Poulan 3000's immense power made it dangerous for those without the necessary experience. Its massive engine was not easy to control, and the risk of injury was high for anyone who underestimated its force. Along with these iconic models, there's also the Stihl 660 Magnum, which is considered one of the most powerful chainsaws ever built. With a displacement of over 90 cubic centimeters, this saw was made to tackle the largest trees and logs. It was designed for professionals who had to work in extreme conditions and needed a chainsaw that could handle hours of tough labor. However, its power and size made it very dangerous to use, especially for those who weren't accustomed to working with such powerful equipment. The Stihl 660 Magnum is a collector's item today, as it is no longer produced, and it remains one of the most sought-after chainsaws by enthusiasts who appreciate its raw power and rare design. Then there's the Husqvarna 572 XP, a modern chainsaw that combines both power and safety. While it is much safer than older models, it still packs a punch with its 70 cubic centimeters engine and powerful cutting capabilities. Used mainly by professional loggers, this chainsaw is designed to perform under tough conditions, making it one of the most efficient and effective tools in its class. However, with its incredible cutting abilities, it can be dangerous if not properly maintained or used by someone who lacks experience. Even modern chainsaws like the Husqvarna 572 XP remind us that power comes with responsibility, and without the right precautions, the risk of injury is always present. As we've seen, whether vintage or modern, each of these chainsaws has been built for one purpose: to perform at the highest level possible. But with this level of performance comes the inevitable danger. The more powerful a chainsaw is, the more likely it is to be involved in accidents. These machines demand respect, proper training, and an understanding of the risks involved in handling such powerful tools. One of the rarest and most dangerous chainsaws ever made is the McCulloch 120, an engineering marvel from the early 1970s. With a displacement of over 100 cubic centimeters, it was one of the most powerful chainsaws on the market at the time. Built for professionals working in the logging and forestry industries, the McCulloch 120 was capable of handling massive trees with ease. But this chainsaw was not for everyone. Its sheer size and weight made it difficult to handle, and its power required expert precision. Without the right technique, this chainsaw could cause serious accidents. Because of its rarity today, it's considered a collector's item by enthusiasts, but it's a piece of machinery that demands caution, even in the hands of those experienced with chainsaws. Another chainsaw on this list that deserves attention is the Poulan Pro 4218, which was known for its powerful engine and exceptional cutting performance. However, it was not designed with safety in mind. The chainsaw was often considered too aggressive for many people to handle safely, especially without the proper safety equipment. Its large engine and tough design made it ideal for professional loggers who needed to cut through heavy logs. Unfortunately, its power also made it highly dangerous for those who were not skilled in using such equipment. Like many of the other saws we've discussed, the Poulan Pro 4218 came with a higher risk factor, making it one of the more dangerous chainsaws of its time. The Jonsard 900 is another rare model that is highly regarded by chainsaw collectors. This vintage saw was designed for professional use, and it had a reputation for its durability and cutting power. However, its age and the lack of modern safety features make it a dangerous option for today's standards. The Jonsard 900 was built to withstand extreme conditions and could cut through nearly anything in its path. But its power, coupled with its outdated design, makes it a machine that should only be used by someone who knows exactly what they're doing. The rarity of the Jonsard 900 has contributed to its appeal, but for many, this chainsaw remains an example of just how dangerous chainsaws can be when they're built with power and not safety in mind. If you're thinking of getting your hands on one of these rare chainsaws, remember, owning one of these tools comes with a responsibility to handle them safely. Chainsaw accidents are more common than you might think, and the risks increase exponentially when dealing with such powerful machinery. Whether you're using an old vintage model or a newer, high-powered saw, make sure you have the proper training and equipment. The line between being an expert and making a deadly mistake is incredibly thin. Among the most dangerous chainsaws in history, we can't overlook the Homelite XL12, a chainsaw that was made famous for its extreme power and durability. Released in the 1960s, the XL12 was known for its high engine performance, making it one of the most sought-after chainsaws of its time. However, it was also notorious for being difficult to handle, especially for those without the right training or experience. The XL12's high RPM and substantial weight made it challenging to control, and even small miscalculations could result in severe injury. It's now a rare collector's item, but its reputation for danger still stands. For those who appreciate its history, owning a Homelite XL12 means understanding that its power needs to be respected, otherwise, it could quickly turn from a tool into a weapon. Next up is the Craft 100, another vintage chainsaw that holds a place among the most dangerous models. Produced in the 1950s, the Craft 100 was built for large-scale timber cutting. It had a powerful engine and was designed to be used by professionals. However, its lack of modern safety features and its extreme power made it highly risky to operate. The Craft 100 required exceptional strength and control, and any loss of focus could lead to serious accidents. Despite being considered an antique today, the Craft 100 is still revered by chainsaw enthusiasts who appreciate its design and raw power. But for modern standards, it's a reminder of just how dangerous chainsaws used to be and how much safer today's models have become. The Redmax GZ700 is another chainsaw from the past that is now hard to find but was once an essential tool for professionals. Known for its large engine and powerful cutting capabilities, the GZ700 was often used in large-scale forestry and commercial timber cutting. Its power was unmatched, but it came with serious risks. The GZ700's weight and engine capacity made it incredibly hard to control, and without the proper safety precautions, it could easily lead to serious accidents. Though it was built for extreme conditions, the GZ700 serves as a reminder that sometimes, more power is not always a good thing when it comes to chainsaws. These rare chainsaws, whether vintage or more recent, illustrate the evolution of cutting power in the industry. But they also highlight the growing awareness around safety standards and the shift towards creating chainsaws that are easier to handle without compromising on performance. Still, no matter how advanced the safety features get, it's clear that when you're working with something as powerful as these chainsaws, the risk remains significant. Whether you're a collector or a professional, understanding and respecting the limits of these machines is essential. Another incredibly rare and dangerous chainsaw in the history of American manufacturing is the Steel 090, a powerful and imposing model introduced in the late 1960s. The Steel 090 was designed for heavy-duty work in forestry, where powerful tools were needed to cut through large trees and tough wood. This chainsaw boasted an impressive engine size and was capable of handling long hours of continuous work. However, its size and power made it difficult to control, especially for individuals without significant chainsaw experience. The Steel 090 had a reputation for being a brute of a tool, with many professionals who used it describing it as one of the most physically demanding chainsaws to operate. While it became a beloved tool for those who knew how to handle it, its potential for causing severe injuries was high, earning it a place in the dangerous category of chainsaws. Not to be left out is the Poulan 245A, which was considered one of the most powerful chainsaws in its class when it was first released. The Poulan 245A was designed for professional use, offering great cutting capacity for tasks such as logging and clearing large areas. However, its weight and aggressive cutting power meant that it was also one of the most dangerous chainsaws for those without proper training. The model's lack of modern safety features made it a particularly hazardous tool, requiring complete focus and strength to use safely. Over time, the Poulan 245A became rare, and as a result, it's now considered a collector's item, but its legacy as a dangerously powerful tool endures. The Homelite 770 is another notable chainsaw from the past that made its mark in the history of powerful machines. This saw was designed for professionals who needed a tough, reliable tool for large-scale operations. With an engine designed for high performance, the Homelite 770 was often used for forestry and large timber cutting. But its power came at a cost. It was incredibly hard to control, and without the right experience, using it could quickly lead to accidents. The Homelite 770 had a powerful engine, but the lack of modern safety mechanisms meant it required a seasoned operator to handle it properly. Today, this chainsaw is rare and sought after by collectors who appreciate its place in the history of dangerous chainsaws. All of these machines, while offering incredible cutting power, also serve as a reminder of just how far chainsaw technology has come. Modern chainsaws, although still incredibly powerful, have come a long way in terms of safety, offering various features designed to prevent accidents and make the job safer for workers. Yet, there's still something to be said about the raw power of these older machines and the skill required to operate them safely. As we look back at these iconic and dangerous chainsaws, it's clear that their legacy continues to influence the industry today. Some of these machines, like the McCulloch 10-10 and Steel 090, are no longer in production, but their power and design have made a lasting impression. Today, chainsaw manufacturers focus on improving safety, ergonomics, and efficiency, ensuring that powerful tools can be used without compromising the operator's safety. Yet, as powerful as modern chainsaws are, they still come with risks, and safety should always be the top priority when operating any tool. One thing that hasn't changed over time is the respect that powerful chainsaws demand. Chainsaws like the Husqvarna 3120XP or the Echo 7500 show us that even the most advanced models can be incredibly dangerous if not properly handled. These machines are still used by professionals for heavy-duty tasks, but the understanding of their power and potential for danger has led to stricter safety measures, both in design and in training. If you ever find yourself working with a chainsaw, whether it's a vintage collector's item or a modern-day model, always remember to prioritize safety. The more powerful the chainsaw, the more caution it requires. Always wear the appropriate protective gear, ensure that you have the necessary training, and never underestimate the force of a powerful chainsaw. The history of these rare and dangerous machines serves as both a warning and a testament to the incredible engineering that goes into creating these essential tools. If you've made it this far, type chainsaw in the comments.